And did you have a copy of the signed written agreement that we have referred to in this litigation as the letter of intent?
Do I have a copy of it?
Yes, did you have a copy of it?
Did I when?
Well, prior to this litigation, did you have a copy of the letter of intent in your files?
I'm not sure.
Well, do you have any sense, as you sit here today, do you recall having signed this document?
Yeah.
And do you have any sense of when you signed this document? Was it at or about this time frame in which you met with Greg Shade in March of 2003?
I'm just not certain. Per the metadata on some of the clips, and I'm going to try to find more information that can help me hone down the timeline of events.
But you do not dispute you signed this document?
No, I don't.
Okay. And did you understand from signing this document that content of any video footage and stills had to be mutually agreed upon by Greg Shade and yourself?
Yes.
Okay. And you understood that you could not use, let me put it a different way.
Okay.
You understood that you had signed this agreement that did not permit you to use any of his footage or photographic stills without his express approval. Is that correct?
I'm going to object that that's leading.
I'd say that's not correct, no.
Well, what is your understanding of this agreement?
My understanding of this agreement is that I can work on any and all of this footage, use Greg Shade's appearance, and edit this and work on this toward a 48-minute network documentary film, which once finished and agreed upon by and Greg Shade and I reached an agreement that yes, this is the film that we want, then we would take it to networks. Hopefully they would make an offer and we would split the profits after production costs were paid 50-50.
Okay, and did such a thing ever happen?
No.
Okay. Directing your attention to the second paragraph of Exhibit 6. Just read that to yourself.
The all production?
No, it's content.
Content will be mutually agreed upon by Greg Shade and Daniel Gorman with final approval by both parties.
He's reading it to himself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I ask you again whether you understood that anything that was used that belonged to Greg Shade actually had to be approved by him. Did you
I'm going to
understand
object
that?
that's repetitive.
No, that wasn't my understanding.
You do not understand that?
I don't believe that this letter said that before the editing process even started, that he would have to agree upon the content.
I understand that your comment is before the editing process. My question to you is, did you believe that you had a right to use Greg Shade's video and photographic stills without his permission?
I'm going to object that it's vague and ambiguous. You may want to clarify.
Do you understand the question?
I think if you said it differently, it might get to what you're asking better.
Could the reporter read back the question?
Did you believe that you had a right to use Greg Shade's video and photographic stills without his permission?
Mr.
I'm going to
Gorman,
object that it's vague again.
Yeah.
you don't understand that question?
Yeah.
Did you believe that you had a right to use Greg Shade's materials without his permission?
I'm going to object that it's vague because the entire question in the case is, what is Mr. Shade's material? And the question presumes Mr. Gorman would know the answer to that question. He's not a lawyer.
Well, okay, let's make it simple. You were provided with 13 to 19 mini DV cassettes.
Correct.
Do you contend that you owned any portion of those cassettes or the content on them?
No.
Okay.
But you're saying it with regard to this letter of intent?
No, okay, setting aside the letter of intent, do you have any understanding as to whether or not you were entitled to use materials on the 13 to 19 mini DV cassettes without Greg Shade's permission?
I don't know, because I had his permission, so I don't know how that's...
You had his permission.
relevant.
What permission are you talking about?
Well, he brought the 13 to 19 tapes into my studio and asked me to edit them.
And when you
So
say...
there was the permission.
Okay.